Hi, my name is Ryan, and I'm going to be going over our house price predictor application that we built. And this is both a Flask web application and an Electron JS desktop application. So let's start going through our slides. I believe Logan already spoke about our problem and technology statement, so I'm going to skip that. And let's answer the question, did you complete your technology solution? As for the Flask web application, yes, we were successfully able to build a Flask web application that predicts house prices. Now, as for our Electron JS desktop application, no, we were not able to get the price predictor work. We weren't able to pass the data between the inputted HTML and have that sent to Python with JavaScript and then back. So that part doesn't work. Other aspects of the application do work, and I will explain that shortly. Okay, so let's go through the features that were stated in the design document that were accomplished. Let's start with the Flask web app. So we were able to create a user profile, log in, there's login, log out capability. You're able to change your username, reset your password, contact us by email, predict housing prices in the St. Louis metropolitan area, utilize Google Maps inside the application, check current mortgage rates, use a mortgage calculator to estimate how much a mortgage might be, and read housing market news. Now, as for our Electron JS desktop application, the features that we were able to accomplish were utilize Google Maps inside the application, check current mortgage rates, use a mortgage calculator to estimate how much a mortgage may be, read housing market news, and contact us by email. The functions that were not stated in the document, in the design document. Now, this is both as for both Flask, the Flask web app and the Electron JS desktop app. The capability to use and search Google Maps on the application, the ability to research current mortgage rates, and being able to utilize a mortgage rate calculator to estimate how much the mortgage for a house could be. The functions that stated in the design document that were not accomplished. For the Flask web application, the means for users to save both the data that they entered and the predicted price that the algorithm produced. And this was due to the kind of time constraints. It took a while for us to get the password reset to work. And that took up a majority of our time with the Flask web app. Now, as for the Electron JS desktop application, one of the what was not accomplished that should have been accomplished was the capability for users to input certain qualities in order to obtain a price prediction. And this was due to the fact that we weren't as I stated earlier, we weren't able to get the data that the user inputted in the HTML to be sent to Python to run it through the algorithm and then sent back and using JavaScript, and it just wouldn't work. And I'll demonstrate that shortly. And that was due to as also we weren't able to create the profiles like the Flask web app, and this was just because of the time constraints from trying to get the price predictor to work with the Electron JS desktop application. And the three biggest problems with your technology solution that you encountered with the Flask web application: the ability for users to reset their passwords with the email. We needed to generate an app password to be able to do this through the email account. And then afterwards, I was still getting errors, and I just Google searched those errors, and I found that we needed to go into our settings and change a couple of settings. And this was in the IMAP access and POP download section. And we just had to turn on forwarding and POP IMAP settings. And with our Electron JS desktop application, the capability for users to input certain qualities in order to obtain a price prediction was not accomplished. And we just weren't able to get like I said earlier, we weren't able to get the JavaScript to send the HTML input to the Python and back. And we tried Spawn using Node.js, we tried Python shell, we tried Ajax, we tried using PyScript, which allows you to input Python in the HTML, but it doesn't support Pickle, which is what we needed to serialize our data for the algorithm. And I also tried using EEL, which is kind of like another Electron JS, and that also didn't work. And right now, the main problem that we weren't able to get solved was the predictive prices with the desktop application, and that's still open. Everything else we were able to close. We were able to fix the reset user password issue that we had on the build 3. And finally, 3 lessons learned. Passing data and other values between 2 different program languages can be complicated. Sometimes finding tutorials that demonstrate what you're trying to accomplish is hard to find, and sometimes those tutorials aren't always clear with how to use them. And so our third lesson learned is sometimes technology isn't able to work as it should. For example, we were looking after the Flask web, we were trying to figure out how we could turn it into a desktop application, and we Googled convert Flask web application to a desktop application, and Electron was what popped and which was shown, and we just weren't able to accomplish that for the most part. And I'll demonstrate that again. Okay, so now let's go ahead and run the Flask web application to start. And let's go ahead and do reset password. And I'm going to pull up my email. Okay, and let's go ahead and reset our password. Let me get rid of this one. And reset. And now let's log in. Okay, so basically everything's almost the same as before. Let's go ahead and I'm going to show the modal, which just explains what the house price predictor is. And then let's go ahead and demonstrate the house price predictor and just enter some random numbers. Actually, that doesn't make sense. And with those, we get a house price prediction of $1,040,744. And let's go ahead and do something a different one. Do a small lot. And with those numbers, we get a house price prediction of $214,680. And right below here, we have a Google map, which you can go ahead and search, look around. You can zoom in, zoom out. And if you want to pull up a larger map, you can go ahead and just click on View Google Maps. And that'll pull up Google Maps in the St. Louis area. And let's go back to the price predictor. And here are the resources you can use. Here are some current mortgage rates. You can actually view more by clicking right there. Let's go ahead and demonstrate that. Here's a calculator. Let's just do 2 million with a 5% interest rate for, I guess, 40 years. And you have a $9,000 a month payment. Let's go take it down to 100,000. And 5% interest rate, you would have a $482 mortgage. Next here is some housing news, just some something for and some people that go on the website can look up. And here's our about us, which just talks about us and also gives you an option to email us at our Gmail account. Here's a user profile. It has an emoji for everyone, a random robot emoji. This is the data that you entered. You can actually edit your profile and change your username if you like, but we're just going to keep it that way. Actually, let's change it. Ride to submit, and let's go to profile. And as you can see, it's changed. All right, so let's go ahead and go over the desktop application next, which is what we had some issues with. I'm going to close this. And this is using Electron JS. And as you can see, it'll pop up when we move it over. And as you can see, it's very similar. It has the map at the bottom. It has the modal. Actually, sometimes this is buggy, the Electron I noticed. I'm going to go ahead and run it again. I noticed that sometimes when you run it, it doesn't always work right. Sometimes the buttons don't bring up what they're supposed to. So let's try it again. So right now, let's bring up the modal. So yes, it's the same as Flask web app. And let's go to resources. Same thing. We have a mortgage calculator, current rate mortgage rates, news. We have the about us section, and on the home screen we have the map, just like on the Flask web app. And then let's demonstrate the price prediction. This is what I couldn't get to work. I'm just going to demonstrate that and show what happens. We tried multiple ways to do it, and it just wouldn't work. And as you can see, it just brings up the dictionary. This was used in Ajax. This was the last method I attempted to use. I've also used, like I said earlier, tried to use Spawn with the Node.js. I tried to use Python shell. I tried to create a different predictor using eel, and I also tried was a PyScript where I put the Python script in the HTML, but that didn't work with the serialization we needed. So as you can see, the screen went blank. So like I said, it doesn't work. So that's all I have for right now. Thank you.